Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Valpo Smash Esports. We're here today with GLEC Conference playing
Yep.
against Indiana Tech, actually. So we're playing against the IT department today. Getting into the character bans is what we're currently doing right now as we wait for them to get ready. So as we wait for them, we're going to head over to view our roster real quick of who we might be seeing today. We've got quite an extensive roster of characters as well. And remember, these are only just the mains of these characters. We might see some other picks. We have Ag with the Sonic, Musty Tater with the Kirby, Trombone with the Falco, Alola with the Little Mac, and Goldshroom with the Roy are very common faces around here. See them all the time, but there are some
Yep.
times where we've seen some other characters thrown out. I believe it was last stream. Actually, we had a Sora come out and a
hmm
lot of other characters. So of course, like I said, those are just the mains. So I've seen a lot of other characters get brought out from these guys. They have a pretty wide roster.
Yeah, they do. Just to name a few while we wait, they're double checking rules. You'd think someone would know the rules around here already, as we've both played like 6 games at this point. But
Yeah, I believe this is the sixth because our current record is 2-3 this season.
yeah, this
So
is the
this would make it
six.
our sixth game. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think let's see if I know the Smash roster as I've taken over as coach. They can also play Cloud, Sephiroth, Pokemon Trainer, Captain Falco,
Captain Falcon.
um,
Yeah.
or
Uh,
Captain Falcon. Yeah, I said that wrong.
Luigi. Luigi is another
That's banned.
secondary.
Luigi's banned.
Luigi's banned.
Yeah, he does not have the go on Luigi. That's a
Understandable.
that's a big boss decision, and
Understandable.
I've seen his Luigi.
Valid. Valid.
Not good. Not good. Not good enough. We
Uh,
just take the bad Falco matchup. No Luigi.
His Luigi's definitely
Needs work.
I mean, it's one of those characters that you play for fun, is the
Yeah.
thing. So, I mean, I got some of those too that I'd never bring out in tournament. Is just characters you play for fun,
Hmm.
for the funsies, and it looks like characters have been picked. Let's see. Well,
Possibly.
um, other teams that phase did character first. Yep. The rules is they reveal their characters first, and
Hmm.
then they go into banning stages.
Then we ban
Um,
first, I think, because we're
I
home.
okay, yeah. Then with my memory of the rules, it should be home bans first, then away bans two, and then home picks from the remaining of the starting stages, and
Hmm.
then afterwards, the counter pick stages get added into the map pool
Yeah.
to be picked from and banned as well. So that way it totals to, I'm not sure if it's 7 or 8 stages currently. That number is always changed.
7, I think,
Is it
because
7?
they've got a paper printed out there, and I'm gonna assume it was Jim that printed those
Yeah,
beautiful papers that are lifesavers.
yeah.
And I think it's got 4 on the top and 3 on the
Well,
bottom,
it should be
or
5 starter
reverse.
stages, and then
Oh,
it
then maybe
generally
it's 8.
yeah I think it is 8. Yeah, it should be because then I believe
'Cause I think there's a section of 3 somewhere on
yeah
that
then
paper.
yeah because I believe it's Hollow Bastion, FD, and probably Kalos or Town probably is the 3 counter pick stages that get added into the pool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I believe it's a total of 8 stages. That number has always been
Uh,
bouncing around, just in the Smash community in general, for tournaments and competition setting.
I mean,
That
8
number has
sounds
always been
right.
bouncing, yeah. But 8 is generally what has been agreed upon.
I mean, we can count through them. We got
We can
Smashville, Battlefield, Small Battlefield, Town and City, Kalos, PS2,
FD,
FD. We're 7. Are
um,
we missing one?
and then Hollow.
Hollow.
Did
I
you say
didn't.
Hollow Bastion? There
Nope.
you go.
I did is 8.
Yeah, Hollow Bastion's a pretty recent addition.
Mm-hmm.
Relatively speaking, I mean, Sora's been out for a while, but relatively speaking,
You know what
it's a
I'm
pretty recent
hoping?
addition.
We don't see any Town and City. In our last one, oh my gosh, I think every single map
Yeah.
except one was Town and City, and I
Well,
had to listen to that Animal Crossing music on repeat.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, we got the actual battlefield coming in the first round. We're starting off with the Falco here on the side of Valpo with the Mithra on the side of Indiana Tech. Not too much starting damage, getting a nice laser, but the combo starter of the up tilt's going to be getting a lot of damage available. Extending the combos here. Not quite getting the full combo extensions, but are ready to pick up on the drops. And going to be getting quite a lot of damage here. That damage has racked up quite a lot. Falco, very good at racking up damage if he's able to hit those combo starters.
Yeah, a bit of a different strategy here for Valpo. Typically, we see Sonic go in first just because correct me if I'm wrong, Sonic kind of has a winning matchup against a majority of the roster, or a
Yeah.
solid matchup. Not much counter pick opportunity there against the Sonic, but coming out with what
Yep.
typically is the anchor here.
Yeah, ready for that roll in and able to take the first stock of only taking 34% on his end. Racked up a lot of damage very quickly, was ready for those rolls and everything. Going out to a strong start with high momentum here is Falco here, Trombone, playing quite well starting us off. And like you mentioned, he's normally the anchor here, but sending him out first, leading the charge, trying to just get that lead early on, keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a strategy I disagree with. We've talked about before on past streams how important momentum is, especially for Valpo just as a program. We've always done well with having momentum on our side. So leading with Trombone here, looking to get some momentum early on, I don't disagree with it.
No, and I mean, it's kind of paying off now. I have 92%, so, you know, relatively, you would assume he's probably in range to lose one stock, but with that,
But he might not with that
yeah.
solid combo finishing off with a down air, able to take the stock early again, getting another combo starter, not able to follow up too much more. And now the goal is to take 3 without losing the stock. Of course, even just taking your 3 is doing your job, but he's going on pace to doing very much more than that, getting momentum on our side.
Yeah, it's looking great. I do know Indiana Tech is the last seed at the moment in the
kill?
conference. That
Ooh,
is.
I think he was holding out? Interesting, but that's going to be a 3 stock starting off the game for Trombone on Valpo's side. Solid lead. Great start. You literally can't ask for a better start there.
No, you cannot.
This is a great way to start off this match against Indiana Tech. And going into it, now they know we're leading our Falco. If they've done if they've done their research, if they've done their scouting, they should know that this is one of our anchors. This is one of our stronger players that we tend to rely on to to anchor. So knowing that we're throwing him out early, if they've done their scouting, should probably cause for an adjust in strategy.
Yeah, they actually are asking for a latency check again, so it might be a little bit of a delay before we get into the next one. Apparently, the
Interesting.
first player there thought it was bad. Usually, oh, it was also rough on our end too,
Interesting.
so
Interesting.
could be
Yeah.
a, could be our internet, could be their internet, can also be a combination of both.
Yeah. So sometimes it just happens
hmm
that the universities just don't want to connect to each other. I remember that happening when I was a player. Sometimes it was just certain universities just didn't want to connect very well, and
Yeah.
it just happens. So doing another latency sec would probably be good. So looks like we're running that right now.
hmm
I mean, no point swapping out the Falco here. We are locked into playing the Falco as per a crew battle rule. Um, looks like they likely just chose a random character, but hopefully the latency is feeling okay. I know sometimes it can be a little funky, a little shaky. Um, it could also be like, especially like myself, I definitely fall into this category of being quite hypersensitive to changes in latency like that.
hmm
I was always so annoyingly sensitive to it. So little changes like that can actually make a big impact. And I know generally a couple extra milliseconds doesn't sound like much, but when you're playing such a hyper like input intensive game like Smash Bros, a lot of stuff can be frame tight. So having even just like a millisecond or two extra delays, so a couple frames get dropped here or there can really mess you up. So it can be quite important to make sure latency is good.
I'm, not sure what's happening here at this
Yeah,
point,
I
but
think they're trying to non-verbally communicate of whether the latency is good or not. Looks like we're typing, yeah. So hopefully the latency's gotten figured out and we can be back into the action real quick here because we don't want Trombone to cool down too much. He was running
no.
pretty hot there.
Hopefully this is not a delay tactic, Let
They're icing
too
us
good of
out,
a,
yeah.
yeah, too good of a start. We gotta call the timeout here. Ice the kicker.
Yep.
Asking if we're wired
Yes,
actually is kind
we
of
are,
funny.
yeah.
You're not allowed to play if you're not wired.
Yeah, that is technically a requirement in GLEC that you have to have a wired connection to play in order to try to avoid issues like this.
Yep.
Sometimes it does just happen.
That's Smash. No dedicated servers out of Nintendo. That will cause this to happen,
Yeah,
no matter how fast your internet
it
is.
just happens sometimes. It's very annoying, but hey, if we're both wired, it's the best it's gonna get.
Mhm.
And it seems like they said it's okay. They said it seems fine to them here. I don't really know why it does that. Sometimes that would just happen to us too in past years. Sometimes it would just be one game would just be super finicky. Get to the next person, get to the next game, and it would never happen again.
Yeah, it could just be it didn't even change and it was all placebo. They thought, they
Yeah,
felt like they were lagging. They obviously didn't perform as well as they
yeah.
probably had hoped for.
Um,
Thought maybe that was the reason. And
another thing it could be is warm-ups are generally done offline in person. So
yeah,
then going from
switching from that
yeah,
onto this,
going
it's gonna feel slow.
I'm notoriously bad at doing that, of swapping from
Hmm.
offline to online because online just naturally has more delay. Like,
Yeah,
it's like hard
yeah,
coded in. I believe it's 7 frames. It might be 4, but it's like hard coded to have a set input delay in order to make it feel smoother.
yeah,
But going from offline to online, that can very much feel like lag
yeah.
because it technically is. It's just hard coded in order to make a smoother play experience. So that could have been it. Is that their player was just practicing offline and it just feels weird.
Yep.
I was notoriously bad with that, and sometimes some days it just hits harder than others as well. Some days
Hmm.
you're just more adapt to it, and other days you just don't adjust as quickly. We are humans at the end of the day.
Yeah. So it looks like they're resetting stuff. So looking forward, later tonight, not on stream, but we're gonna mention it.
It's true,
Varsity
yeah.
Overwatch does have a game that got rescheduled.
Yes, I
So
remember hearing about that. That it's
see if,
super late.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 9 p.m. start, which is
Wh-
just terrible.
Which is why we're not streaming it.
Yep.
It'd be far too late. It'd be late in the evening, but I believe that
Hmm.
was what the time that the opponents could make.
Yeah, so gonna be 9 p.m. there. But then tomorrow, if you were hoping for some Overwatch, we will have both Academy and Varsity. We're doing a double header. Academy starts at 6 p.m., which you'll be playing in.
I will.
So tune back in if you want to see Wes playing Overwatch, and then following that, hopefully it ends in a relative amount of time. There's a 2-hour gap. It should end, even if it
Hopefully,
goes the
it should.
distance. It should, but you never know. Tech issues and stuff. We've been notorious this year for our streams having so many issues out of our control with like
Yeah,
League of Legends crashing, like
I heard about
Overwatch.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
happened. That game is cursed. That's like the third time they've tried to
yeah,
replay it.
I've heard about that. I
Yeah,
heard Blake talking about it. It was
that was a
so wild.
nightmare. I just sat here for like half an hour on
Yeah.
my alone in here, just like
But
talking.
after Academy playing, you said a 2 hour gap, and then we're planning to have varsity play.
Varsity will be on, so both getting the stream, and
And again,
both
that
gonna be
starts
here.
at 6 tomorrow.
6 for Academy, and then Varsity should follow pretty much right after. There might be like a 20-minute delay in between, 30-minute. Just depends on when the Academy game ends. It might be back to back if it
Yeah.
goes that far. It could be an hour gap if you roll over the other team. You never know.
So make sure to tune in tomorrow at
Yep.
6. We get to get some Overwatch gameplay in as
Hmm.
we are waiting to see. It seems like they will re-enter. All right. Yep. They've said that they're good and that they've chosen their character.
They
So
have.
so it seems like we are moving into it here.
Hopefully.
A little bit of progress here. You can see we updated
Hmm.
the stream. Oh no, it's
Oh
not on
no,
that
they
screen.
can't see
Not on
it.
that screen.
Nope.
Whoopsies.
No
But
spoilers. No
no
spoilers.
spoilers. Oh, okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
inform him,
Do you want to spoil? You can if
I'll
you want to
spoil the
talk about it.
bands. I'll spoil the
Okay.
bands. So the bands are gonna be Final Destination, Kalos, and Hollow. So based on these characters, I wouldn't be shocked to see a battlefield. Honestly, I wouldn't hate a small battlefield, but I just in general like small battlefield. I have personal bias there. I
Hmm.
just like small battlefield. Against this character, I would say we probably want a smaller stage, which is probably the logic he's working with as well, hovering Smashville. Um, because the character going up against is a hero, and hero's a pretty slower character. On the slower side, likes to play at range, keep you at bay. Basically, wants to keep his distance, use his MP to get buffs and such. So getting a smaller stage confines him a little,
Hmm.
gives him less space to try to run away, less space you have to cover to get to him. It does have the inverse effect of having it to where the hitboxes that he does throw out covers more of a percentage of the stage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's a bit of a give or take there of what you want. It seems like that was kind of the logic behind the bans. So choosing PS2 does make sense. That's a little more of a wider stage. I'm actually shocked that we didn't see a town here, actually. Town is notoriously good for hero. I'm actually kind of shocked we didn't see that. But with the strong drag down combos, Falco famous for the nickname of cutscene combos, going from 0 to 80 real quick, getting a large percentage lead. Then we'll see if he can keep it.
Yeah, I mean, both players started at the same amount of stocks here. Not usually what happens when you're coming into that second one, and actually just no stage grab there out of hero. Not sure.
Yeah, and a misinput. He misinputted up B into side B. So a little unfortunate, but going to look to take advantage of it with the up tilt to cover the landing. Oh, that was weird. He got hit by the up tilt and just fell straight through. That was strange, but sure, man. Getting hit by the up tilt. I mean, up tilt is Falco's notorious combo starter. That is his move. So hitting so many of these so consistently is just going to be, in general, really good for his game plan.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus is always going for up tilts.
I mean, of course, it's his best combo starter. He gets combos like that off of it, getting the drag down with the kill confirm up tilt back to back air, going to take the stock. And yet again, he is now positive for 5 stocks and has yet to lose 1.
Oh.
Just take it back now. I always love that animation of Falco throwing it out because it kind of looks like he kicks it back at him, just like a soccer ball. But getting quite a lot of percentage gain, only getting the sour back air, but he doesn't have a jump. Reading the roll away, getting so much mileage out. Is Marcus here, trombone on the Falco. Will that bounce be able to save him? Won't save him from that edge guard. That rising forward air going to take the stock, only taking 60% before taking all 3 stocks. He is up so many stocks right now. Again, normally we talk about in crew battles how taking 3 is doing your job.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you just take your 3 and then lose all of yours, you've done your job. He is now 6 with 0 lost.
He's done 2x's job.
He has done 2x.
I guess on track to do more than 2x.
Exactly.
I would assume at this point.
I mean, technically it's trying to go 1 for 1 stock, but he's gone 6 for 0. So I think you just get a divide by 0 error there. I think for his performance.
Yeah, I mean he's like it's like when you've got like in the other games your KD and you haven't died. They just like don't calculate it. There's like you can't do anything yet. Like you're doing too well.
He is on extraordinary pace. Up 6 stocks and not yet losing 1, putting us at an incredible lead for this crew battle. Again, this is only round 1.
Yep, best of 3.
Yep, best of 3. So we do have to win another round after this, assuming, of course, we win this one. It is not impossible, but it does look like we're going to be seeing an Incineroar with the same bands coming out, is what it looks like. Yeah, that's actually just the same bands. Interesting.
Now, okay, we're just right back to PS2.
Run it back, the Smash Bros. Classic. Run it back to PS2.
Educate me a little bit. Now, I think I know a little ball. Incineroar's a heavier character, right?
Yes.
Does Falco prefer to play into a heavy character?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Heavy characters allow his combos to be extended a little farther. It does mean that killing can be a little harder, but Falco generally is looking for kill setups that work regardless. Yeah. So being a heavier character also generally means you're slower. It means you're a bigger body. It's easier for him to get his hits to connect. So in general, most characters like fighting against a heavy in general, just because of those reasons. It makes your hits easier to connect, your combos easier. Heavies can be annoying to fight because generally they hit very hard.
Yeah, and Falco's like a paper bag in the wind, right?
Comparatively, yes.
Yeah.
He's a bit more of a midweight. He's a bit on the heavier side of midweights, honestly.
Really?
But he's a bit floaty. So part of a reason that some characters can feel lighter than they are via weight stat is based on their gravity of like how fast they fall.
Okay.
Because that can affect how long you live. Because if you fall faster, you're not going to die off the top as much because your own natural gravity is going to counteract it. There's a lot of stats and stuff that go behind it. There's a lot of different stats. There's your floatiness, your fastball speed, your weight, all that kind of different things. But in general, Falco's actually a bit on the heavier side, but he's floaty, so it kind of counteracts it.
Yeah, we'll find that first stock here, but
Did take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Highly likely, to die.
This should be it. Yeah. Not going to see a 12 stock out trombone in game 1.
Not quite, but hey, now we can calculate his stock, his stocks taken to stock lost ratio, because now it's not
We
divide by
do.
0 error. But has already taken his 7th stock, losing only 1. So a 7-to-1 stock ratio is very, very good.
Yeah, and he's on pace for a little more.
Yeah, absolutely. That grab for the combo starter, both going to get damage and also reset that Incineroar Revenge. Incineroar Revenge is his counter mechanic. So instead of just countering and then hitting back, he counters and basically stores that damage that then applies a multiplier for his next hit.
Okay.
But to get rid of that, you can either do, I believe it's 30% to him. It either wears off over a long period of time, which is the one you normally never see, or you can grab him. Grabbing him immediately gets rid of that buff. So we see the Incineroar whenever he goes for a counter, he's looking for what's called Revenge is what his counter is called. Looking to take the stock at 50, trying to go for that down air off the stage. Choosing the forward throw instead of going for a combo, just wants the Incineroar off the stage, wants to be able to go for an edge guard situation like that forward air, gonna take the stock sooner than the combo off the grab would have otherwise. Taking the stock, again, only losing, what, one of his.
Yeah, I mean, he's I think in the room right now, he's very disappointed. He's upset.
I think he heard us complaining that we couldn't calculate his
he's being
his stock.
a good guy.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, you're getting a math error here. I'll help you out. I'll help you out." So I think he did. I think he did it for us.
That's for us, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marcus.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
Now it's calculated for.
It is.
Yeah, the calculator won't spit out an error now. It's 5-0.
It's 9.
Yeah.
9.
It sure
it's
is.
Straight up 9. Yeah.
That sure is 9 stocks for his 1. A very favorable trade that is for Marcus coming in, trying to wrap up this this first round.
Game,
Yeah.
First match.
And
What do they call them in Smash?
Yeah,
battles.
so
Game, match.
that has
set?
always been a thing because you have your individual games, then you have the
Game, yeah.
rounds, then
You
you
have
have that's generally how I've did it, is that like individual is each one is a game, then you have your rounds, which is the best of 3, and then the total match is who won or lost.
Okay.
Is generally how I've done it. We've had to have this discussion basically every year because there's always so much confusion on like, what do we call it? Because
You go look in the rule books, by the way, for all of these different leagues we do, and they all call it differently.
they're all different.
Yeah.
Every single one's different in the
No
rulebooks. It's so annoying.
No uniform across the board.
Because at least with things like Overwatch, you have your attack and defense rounds or his control, but then you just have 5 games. It's best of 5, and then whoever won the match.
Yep.
But in Smash, you have individual games,
As
and
a
then
team,
you have the
somehow.
individual games that are then part of one round. Then those rounds are what's the best of, instead of just the actual games themselves. So it gets really confusing. It basically adds another layer and another term to it, so it can get pretty confusing there on terminology.
Yeah, but I like that Smash is team-based and not.
I
mean,
yeah.
it is individual-based. Like,
It's about as team-based
But-
as you can get in Smash without just
Yeah.
saying it's doubles.
yeah, I love that there is some team element to
Mhm.
it, and it's not singles.
And as a player, it's nice to know that you have a team behind you, but it
Mhm.
is also more individualistic than other team games. Like Overwatch,
sure.
you are literally playing 5 people at once. You're all doing individual roles. Like you have your supports, your tank, you're all doing your own thing. But on this one, it's a lot more individualistic of, yeah, you're still working towards the same goal as a team, but at the end of the day, it's still a series of 1v1s. So it's
Yeah.
still up to you to kind of pull your own weight, but you do have a team behind you to back you up if you don't.
hmm
So it's a very interesting dynamic. It's something that you don't really see in other games.
No, you definitely don't. It's definitely one of a kind. I think that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Because it stands out a little bit. All of the other games are pretty similar.
Yeah.
in that regard, at least.
We're gonna see if this game's gonna go similar to the last. I know Marcus is gonna want to just finish it out. He doesn't want to hand the torch off.
No, he wants to keep the controller.
Yeah, he does not want to pass the baton off to anyone else. Hey, that's the first SD we have seen on Valpo's side today, having only lost one stock against Indiana Tech's last player for the round. Is quite a solid stance to be in.
Yeah, I've heard this like sound through the town and city because of how many times it
Yeah.
was in the academy game on Tuesday.
Yeah, that is.
I'm like having PTSD war flashbacks right now.
I will say Valpo, while obviously it's not a competitive Switch, we do have a modded Switch that sometimes we'll do practice on. And like the only mods we have on there really are cosmetic ones. And one of my favorite cosmetic things we have on it is that we can choose different music from different stages. So I can have stage music that isn't Animal Crossing. That's one of my favorite parts of it. But another one of my favorite parts is how much damage he's racked up. He's doubled him in damage.
Yeah, this is
Looking that
rough.
laser to cancel the side B. You can technically spike Ike out of his up B. That apex that he reaches to when he does his up B, his ether, doesn't have armor on it.
Okay.
So you can hit him out of it, but it can be pretty difficult to challenge, especially because if you challenge it wrong, it can actually just kill you at 0 if you mess up your challenge. So it can be really risky to go for, but able to take the stock without it. And that's add 1 to the stock per stock lost counter.
We're at 10 now.
We are at 10, having only lost 1 stock, and already racking up so much damage, is almost lapped yet again. Not quite able to get the laps in percent, but still a lot of damage, extra credit on this stock, no matter what. Getting a ton of damage here, Falco doing quite a lot.
Oh.
Almost dying to that back air, but good DI is going to save it. Side B into back air. Wow, gonna take it? Okay, I was not expecting that to kill, but hey, we'll add another one to the ratio.
11. Will we see 12?
We just might, taking a lot of damage. I mean, he's at 100, but oh, footstool is going to be able to make it back from that. Was close, though. He didn't have a jump.
You know, he's going to be...
Yeah,
he will lose one more, so...
Darn, that's going to really mess with the ratio.
Yeah, that...
Yeah,
What is that
unfortunate,
now?
yeah. I mean, now it's 11. Now it's like 5.5.
Yeah,
now you get decimals.
I don't like that now.
You couldn't have just kept it at 1. The Valpo classic of,
Hey.
of losing the stock then taking it at 0% is a Valpo classic. That has been a thing for years. Able to take it and win the first round single-handedly, might I add. He took all 12 stocks by himself.
That's the first time we've seen that actually this year for Valpo. So he's
Yeah.
the first player to run the gauntlet. Unfortunately, it wasn't a 12 stock. I was informed by Spencer earlier that 12 stock actually stands for taking all 12 without losing any, right? Or is 12 stock just taking all of them?
So generally, when we just say that, we say 12-0.
12-0.
Like
okay.
we 12, like saying like I 12-0'd them
means you
is-
lost nothing.
Yeah, it means I lost nothing and I took all 12.
Mhm.
Generally, like if you do have something like that, you'll say like I 12 stocked, which does mean that you took all 12, but that might mean you lost 1 or 2 in the process.
We can
but-
say it.
You know, he did 12 stock them. He did.
He did. We'll give it to him, you know?
Yeah, he did 12 stock. It wasn't quite a 12-0, but he did get pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, it was technically a 12 stock JV2 because he did take the last stock while at 0. So
Mhm.
throwing some Smash Bros terminology there for a JV2, technically, but
Yeah.
by technicality. But either way, an incredible performance starting it off. So I mean, single-handedly taking down the first round of Indiana Tech for us, like that. You really can't ask for much better
No,
than that.
I mean, what? I guess the only way it gets better is if you didn't lose those 2 stocks.
Yeah,
You know,
like,
we had the infinite stock taking the stock
Exactly.
given percentage, but
Exactly, yeah. Well, I mean, you really can't ask for much more, and at that point, that's already just that's just a fantasy dream. But he almost made it a reality there with that.
yeah, it was close.
So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see a new player. Yep.
Yeah,
Looks like we
are
do want to get some more people some play time. Is generally how that happens. If one person's able to do so much work, you go, all right, you did your work. You deserve your rest.
Mhm. Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these other players though
Do
possibly
do
have the same
yeah,
result
do
with
just as well. Yeah,
what we're seeing. Maybe not the entire thing, just because of the nature of the character that we're gonna see.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Not good recovery. So one slip up here is kind of detrimental, or holy I had
yeah,
stroke detrimental
yeah, detrimental. Yeah.
to this next character, but
Yeah, all right. Yeah, and again, because we are restarting a round, just to go over it again, they start off with a double blind, which means both
mm,
teams pick what player they're throwing in, and they basically lock it in, essentially.
yeah.
They'll go in and start a match they'll start a match and then cancel it, just so
So you
both
can
both
see who
teams
the
will
other.
see
Hmm.
what the other character is, um, and then they go into banning. Um, After
IT
double ban,
bans
you
first because
ban
they
first
lost,
stage. Yes.
I think.
Um,
Uh,
no. It should be the winner bans, I believe, 3.
I think they check because I think
No,
we.
because no, it's the first round. It's the first round of the. It's the first game of the round, so it should be the winner bans first.
I
I
don't
don't know. Like,
know.
I know Smash normally has the winner ban. Or no, the Smash normally has the loser ban. What am I talking about? But like, in Overwatch, it would sometimes be the winner bans. Different games have different rules for who bans first, and
Yeah.
I play too many games that I get mixed up in who bans what first, because a lot of them have different rules. But yes, Smash has the loser ban first.
Yeah. I just like anytime I'm in there with them, if I'm not streaming it, I'm
Hmm.
like, I've got the rule book open because they're
Yeah,
like asking, and I'm like,
yeah.
I don't have any idea.
Smash has the loser ban and the winner picks. The winner picks off of the stages that are left
Hmm.
in the map pool from banning. So, but because it's the first round,
It's a little different.
it's a little different rulings for the first one. The person who bans first, which would be Indiana Tech at this point because they lost the first round, they ban the first stage.
Yep.
Then we ban two. So
Hmm.
we ban two, and then if you guys are counting, you start with five. Three have been banned, so then it goes back to Indiana Tech to then pick which from the remaining two that we'll start on, basically. Afterwards, once you get into the second players and such, then it opens up. It adds in the counterpick stages into the map pool, and then it becomes winner bans three, and then the loser picks from the remaining five.
Mm.
It's a little funky of rulings, but that's mostly because Smash Bros. Stages can be quite um, volatile, for lack of better words, for certain characters. Certain characters are going to have a lot bigger preferences, so that's why some of the stages are split up into starter and counterpick stages,
Yep.
because the counterpick stages are where those more volatile ones are left to allow for counterpicking to them. But looks like we will be starting on Battlefield, and actually Indiana Tech sending out the first player that we saw last time. Valpo is going to switch it up with Alola on the Little Mac. Gonna see how he does. Oh, exactly the same situation we saw with the first round. Starting on Battlefield against the Aegis, just with a different Valpo player, is gonna get a little ahead on percent, not by too much. Definitely nothing that either player can't come back from, but gonna be getting some pretty good damage here. That's a little more of a sizable lead here. Doing quite well working around this Aegis' swords. Again, Mithra, so fast, so agile with a sword as well. It can be very difficult for Little Mac to get around, but working around it quite well. Able to take the stock with a forward smash, taking only 17%. He's on pace to, he's getting close to matching Marcus here.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love
Tall
to see.
order to fill.
Do we? I want to ask you. Where? Oh, little heart attack there. I thought he might have went too far on accident, but will we see him land a KO punch?
I think so. I think he got
Think
it.
so?
Based on my reads of this Aegis, I think he got it.
He's getting close to having it, so
Yeah, I think he hits these.
I hope he
At
does.
least one. At least
Yeah.
one.
The issue is I feel like he's just not going to have as many opportunities.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
Little Mac doesn't...
not getting hits.
Yeah, Little Mac doesn't super struggle to find damage, stuff like that. That run up forward tilt
Yeah.
is so hard to challenge. Run up forward tilt on Little Mac actually covers so much more space. Probably gonna look for a roll read. Look for the roll read, went a little too far. normally you can't dash through your opponents, but if they go intangible for something like a roll or a spot dodge, then you can. And he just ran a little too far past to be able to get that KO punch. So sadly missing it, and he hasn't been getting hit enough to fill that meter very much. With the Nair jab lock is going to take the stock. Getting that Nair jab lock on the platform is a very solid option for Little Mac. And that'll be a very reminiscent of the first round here. Valpo going up 3 stocks to 0 against Indiana Tech. Looking familiar here.
Yeah, you know, yeah, he might have took less damage than Trombone.
It
might have been less
maybe.
percentage there, which is crazy because I thought he was putting on a masterclass personally, but he's about to get he might get one up there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is a crew battle. The stocks are what matters. Percent gets healed after everyone percent gets healed.
That's an issue we have a big problem with. We will get them to like 160% and we just won't take that stock.
Yep.
And
the stock numbers are what matters.
Then the percentage resets. But gonna see Incineroar come back out. So I think we're actually going to see an identical lineup from the last one.
It's looking like it. Actually, I believe they had another character in between the Incineroar, did they?
They did.
Yeah, because it was Mithra, and then it went Incineroar, then Ike. So there's 4 players.
Ike.
So there was one.
Ike was last, right?
Yeah, Ike was last, and then Incineroar was before Ike. So there was one in between. What?
Let me open the list real quick. I'll figure it out.
What?
I
It
mean,
was
you
Hero.
can scroll up.
was Hero.
You're so right.
Yeah, it was Hero. There we go. We're good at this.
Yeah.
So actually, it is going to mix up the order a little bit. They're putting the Incineroar before the Hero.
Is that because Incineroar is heavy? Is that with the Little Mac here and the damage Little Mac's looking to put out and get close quarters? Because I assume Incineroar also enjoys close quarters.
Probably. Little Mac's very fast. So he just covers a lot of ground very quickly, so it can be kind of difficult for Hero to keep him out. I think at that point you go to you look to go to a stage like Town or Kalos or something. They have a bit more room and you have somewhere to run away. But of course, because we won, we'd get the ban.
Yep.
And bans happen after the characters are revealed. So Incineroar probably is just a safer bet. Incineroar also gets edge guarded quite heavily.
Okay.
But Little Mac's not one to go off stage for stuff like that. So
definitely not.
Probably a bit safer of a choice here. So is probably the logic they're working off of, which isn't wrong by any means. So gonna see if that reasoning is able to come to pass here. With this, no stocks lost on the side of Valpo. We're gonna be getting straight into it with 0 stocks lost either side.
Yeah. Incineroar skin this time. Love to see that.
But going back to Town, both of these characters actually do like Town, so not too surprised to see it here.
What about Town do they like? Inform me.
They like that the stage is very long, and they like that the horizontal blast zones are small.
Okay.
In reference to where the stage ends, because the actual blast zones themselves aren't actually too much bigger than the screen itself isn't too much bigger than other stages, but the stage itself is so much longer that the ledges is so much closer.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a lot easier to kill off the side. And in contrast, it's a little harder to kill off the top, which both of these characters don't really care about too much. Both of them kill off the side. This is actually, unironically, kind of how you have to play against Little Mac sometimes. He's got KO Punch. The Incineroar doesn't want to engage, so he has the platforms to run to. He's kind of just waiting out the transition, I believe.
Oh.
Yup.
Well.
Yep, he was waiting out the transition because he had somewhere to run, trying to not interact with that KO Punch, but Little Mac can cover a lot of space very quickly, so he was able to just run up, and of course online you have that little bit of input delay.
Yeah, if you're
makes
not ready
it even harder to react. And KO Punch even goes through shield. So yes, you cannot shield KO Punch unless it is the aerial version. Aerial version doesn't, but grounded version does. So you have to react with a roll of some sort or something else, so it's actually very hard to react to. And there will be the shield break. There it is. downward angled F smash on Little Mac is very, very good for a shield break, and that will be the second stock taken with KO punch on the line. Is he gonna get it? I know, I can see him looking for it, and that'll be it. Not able to kill though, not quite high enough percent. Believe it's around 30 that it needs to be to kill.
Okay.
But this Incineroar doesn't have a jump. Able to make it back either way. Another reason both characters like this stage is a lot easier to recover on. But that side B gonna be able to take it, covering that platform air dodge that the Little Mac tried to go for. And yet again, Valpo having not lost a stock going into more players. Man, and yet again, we won't be seeing another SD on the side of Valpo because we have not yet lost another stock.
You know, I don't want to cast or curse, but I'm going to say something. Might be a speed run. We might need to break out a stopwatch here.
We might have to. And I will also say the Incineroar was the thing that broke the streak.
It was.
Against Trombone. The Incineroar was the first one to take the stock against
was the best looking
Falco.
player, I think.
And from there, he was not able to break the streak on this side, so gonna need to be somebody else here to break that streak. Maybe the Ike. The Ike was the only other person to take a stock.
We're gonna see something interesting here.
Oh, really?
This is something we prepared for. So we did some scouting. I think I mentioned that earlier. We found all of the possible characters, and we knew this was a possibility. And,
interesting.
We'll see how it goes. Not the first time this year that Mathen has had to deal with this.
It's true. It's not even close to the first time Valpo as a whole has dealt with this. We've seen a lot of stuff like this, which will be seeing a Ditto.
Yep.
Is what they're called in Smash. A lot of other games call them mirror matches or stuff like that. In Smash, they are called Dittos, where you're playing the same character against each other. So we will actually be seeing a Little Mac coming out from Indiana Tech to challenge
the Little Mac.
To challenge Alola's Little Mac.
Please don't use the same costume. Earlier this year, they had the same costume, and it was a nightmare for us in the booth. You just couldn't tell who's which.
Don't worry. I've played this game for 5 years. I'm used to that. I can track it. People ask me how I can. I don't have an answer. The answer is I'm a player.
You know what was crazy? Mathen told us he couldn't. He was getting lost.
It can be hard. It can unironically be hard as a player. I can just do it. I've played this game for too long.
Our Little Mac, though, going to be in the gray. There's
the pink hoodie is going to be the one. The pink hoodie is the one to beat. Indiana Tech's Little Mac with the pink hoodie. Often his standard look. With Alola rocking the white shirt, white gloves, which I think my favorite part of wearing the Little Mac hoodie skin is that his entry animation when he enters the stage, he still does the toss to toss the hoodie. He just doesn't throw anything. Yeah. But that'll be the first stock, taking a lot of damage though.
Yeah, this is the best looking player I think so far for Indiana Tech, which leads you to question, where were they? You know?
I mean, at the very least, he seems to be performing quite well, dealing a lot of damage on Alola's Little Mac here. Gonna actually take away KO Punch, but is gonna return with his own side B hit. I love that. You don't hear it very often, but when Little Mac turns around like that, you'll hear the squeak of his sneakers sometimes.
It's funny.
But not able to recover from that. And there's the second stock on this Little Mac down. I mean, we were saying he'd take a lot of damage, and it was looking like he might lose the stock. It's not impossible he does, but that gets him a lot of the way forward to not losing one.
Yeah, and with
Rollin?
how hard the Little Mac hits, I mean.
Yeah, of course. Little Mac hitting very hard here. Able to hit him with the up B going past the ledge, saying get off of me.
KO punch
and
ready,
that side B will take
it.
There it is. A little bit of asserting dominance on the Little Mac character, saying no, I am the true Little Mac player, taking all 3 stocks without losing any. We are actually, with that, officially on pace better than Trombone was.
Yeah,
because at this point, Trombone had lost 1 stock, which to say that we are doing better than losing 1 stock by the 3rd player is a wild sentence, but it looks like we will be seeing familiar face from the last round. They'll be sending in their familiar anchor in Ike next to Snake.
You know where Snake is.
Up 1. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I have it memorized. Like I can,
I don't even have the roster
but
memorized.
like
I just know general areas. Like, this
random.
character is generally around there, and then I figure it out.
Yeah, usually I just like when it's other schools because usually sometimes the mirror matchup happens, but
Hmm.
not often. Usually it's something different that we don't see.
Yeah.
So I just have to like go down the row, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
they are technically ordered. They're ordered based
bye.
off of what game they debuted in.
So like
Um,
when that game released.
yeah, so like
So
all
like
the
Mario's
the
first.
first eight, or I'll just start from the original Smash Bros. Then like all the melee characters were grouped together.
Oh, when they debuted in
Yes,
Smash,
when they debuted in
not when their
Smash.
original game
Yes, not in
debuted.
the original game. Otherwise, if they did, I believe it is Rob that is technically the oldest character. It's either Rob or Game and Watch, I believe, is technically the
That would make
characters that had
sense.
the
Yeah.
earliest debut.
Hmm.
I believe it's one of those. But yeah, they're grouped together by what Smash game they debuted in.
Okay.
So like all
Interesting.
the ultimate characters, all the new characters like Inkling, K. Rool are going to be towards the end, and then they have the DLC at the very end.
Hmm.
So if you happen to know like a later Smash game, that might help.
Yeah.
But we'll be going into the final match here. Again, no SD on the side of Valpo, getting straight into it, having not lost a stock yet. What is going to be concerning here now, though, is now there's a big sword.
Ike likes. Ike is not afraid to get up close and personal, right?
Ike has a very big sword. He's able to keep him
Oh.
away, and there's going to be a 0 to death. And while actually hitting the taunt, you know what? Honestly, that's valid. He has taken 9 stocks already without losing one. You take 1 stock, I guess you are allowed to celebrate a little bit. Having done a lot of work here, doesn't have a jump. He's dead. And
Karma comes
answering
back.
right back with a stock of his own, and very quickly. Mind you, we're just now passing 50 seconds into this match, and we've had 2 stocks taken.
Eh, you know,
And you were mentioning a speed run.
Oh,
We're
you were.
working on it.
Lola is going for it. KO punch ready. Let's see it. Really speed run this one.
That's going to take it away, though.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
unfortunate.
That is going to take away the KO punch, but hey, it's still doing a lot of damage. Is technically behind on percentage here,
Mhm.
but definitely nothing impossible to make up. That forward tilt's gonna take it. Again, Ike is gonna be such a rough matchup for Little Mac. Ike likes to live in the air quite a lot. He likes to play in the air using his long disjointed sword. So
Yeah.
both things that Little Mac doesn't like to play with.
Mhm.
So Ike's gonna be pretty difficult to deal with. The thing is, once Little Mac gets in against Ike, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. Ike's slower, doesn't have a lot of get-off-me tools, but getting in is going to be the problem.
Yeah, the approach.
Yeah, the approaching is going to be difficult here. But going to see if he can get his opening. Does have quite a lot of percent racked up, but having already lost 2 stocks is rough. That up air going to deal quite a lot of knockback. It covers so much space, especially against Little Mac, who just falls like a brick. His fall speed is so high. KO punch, maybe? Will we see it? We just might. He's looking for it. Oh, should have let it rip. Let it rip right to catch him out of the air. You can use it as an anti-air. That should not. No, not quite cool. I didn't look percent first. Little Mac is indeed cooking, as Chad is saying. Yeah. Doing a lot of work. But this might be the first time that Valpo's going to go down a player.
And you know, it's not even
It's not set in stone yet, but Ike does have a lot of kill power.
for sure. And then with Little Mac's recovery, I mean,
Exactly. Like it's probably 1 or 2 more hits and Ike and Little Mac's dead. Yeah, like look at that.
Next one's probably gonna do it. I'd
Yeah, the
assume.
next one's probably going to do it. That forward tilt would have taken it. But hey, able to take 1 more no matter what. So now sitting at 110%, will we be able to go through this round without seeing a second player on Valpo?
You know, a KO punch could
That Packer's going to take
get
it.
close, but
Yep.
that's gonna do it.
The first time
Finally.
Valpo bleeds, we go down a player, but hey, only 1 stock. So now what is required of this Ike is to 3 stock the next 3 Valpo players.
Yeah, he's got to take all 12 stocks.
Yeah,
with 1 remaining.
He's gonna have to take all 12 stocks. He already has taken 3, but he needs to take 9 more with his 1. And again, We have Trombone, who was able to take out this player before with 2 stocks in the back pocket. So
I'm
he
gonna.
has a very tall order to fill.
Who- Oh.
Are we seeing something different? Ooh. All right. I don't
Okay.
hate this.
You
Okay.
know what? We've not seen this, but I'm not mad. You know, I haven't seen this the entire year, but
Yeah. It is unironically a character he plays. It's a little bit more like what we were talking about before, of having a character that you play in friendlies that
yeah, for fun.
you are competent with, you are proficient in, but it's more of your
Mhm.
for fun character. Of course, like it's not like he's just picking random or anything. He's playing a character that he does know how to play. It's
Hmm.
just in general that character is worse than the main characters that he might play because he plays them less.
Yeah.
And so I mean, this is a perfect time to get some playtime on some lesser play characters.
Yeah.
You're up 9 stocks. You got a little bit of a safety net. You only have to take 1. If you're gonna have a chance to play a character that you don't play very often, you don't get to see much playtime. Now's the chance.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I wouldn't have been, I know earlier I said Luigi's banned, but I wouldn't have been upset if we played Luigi here.
Yeah, of
This would have
course,
been good
because for the same
opportunity
reason. Yeah,
to get the online experience. I'm not
yeah,
opposed to him playing Luigi. He's not playing it online and getting the
yeah.
experience in these
the
games
the
with
main thing is we don't want to put our tournament life on the line for it.
yeah.
But with something like this, when you have a little bit of a cushion, you have a little bit of a safety net. It's the perfect opportunity to get some practice in some lesser used characters,
Mhm.
less play time on certain players, that kind of thing. It's the perfect time, and as we'll see getting into it, we'll be getting a character that I don't actually know in my past knowledge. I don't think we've ever actually played on in conference. I don't believe so. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's played it in conference. Don't think so.
As far as I know, no. But
Yeah, I'm trying to think back
I
to
also
past
haven't been
years as well.
as I
Yeah,
say, I also haven't been here as long.
yeah. I
And
don't believe we've actually seen this character in conference. So be excited to see its technically conference debut, if I'm not wrong.
did they
But
change the stage?
um, Smashville is what we're going to. They do look very
Did they?
similar in the icons. I didn't check.
They might have. I wasn't paying attention if anyone changed it.
They did.
Okay.
Getting into it here, the Ike's gonna have to SD 2 times. Again, gonna have to take 9 Valpo stocks with his 1 stock. This is a very tall order to ask. It's not impossible.
No.
We did see 2 of our players take 9 stocks without losing 1, I believe. It's definitely not impossible, but it is a tall order.
Yeah, the doctor's in. I don't think
Exactly.
I don't think Ike's got an apple.
Yeah, the doctor is in, and is doing quite well so far, having taken no damage yet and dealt 54. The doctor's looking quite proficient in his craft.
He might have a real doctorate.
He might. He might have one of those very expensive pieces of paper.
Is he licensed?
I believe so, because I believe technically Dr. Mario and Mario are technically different characters.
Really, they're not the same person.
I believe so.
That's funny.
I think so. It gets really weird when you get stuff like that, but doing quite a lot of damage. Is actually ahead, and Dr. Mario is not lacking in kill power here. This is kill percent, and it's been passed actually. Going for it,
Maybe
betting
a little
the
ambitious.
stock on it. Honestly,
Respect.
respect.
You know what? Shout out Gold Mom. I'm gonna assume this is Gold Shroom's mom.
I
I'm gonna just connect the dots here.
It might
not,
be.
What a crazy coincidence, but
if not, you know what?
temporary maybe.
If
Honorary.
not, just say you are. Gaslight.
Yes, we got a yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, I don't believe we've actually seen this character debut from him. So having such a strong performance and only losing that stock because he chose to, going for a risky play, risking it all, is definitely not too bad of a performance to see for this character.
No, and I mean that
Is
might be the second one. I don't
probably
think he'll
going to
recover.
lose
Yeah.
the second one. Yeah, Doc.
Lock
Not
in.
known for his recovery, but this
No.
is very much kill percent for this Ike. One grab from the wrong part of the stage will just take it.
Mhm. I
Yeah,
mean,
now
oh,
it's definitely in kill percent. Don't roll. You rolled. I would have been scouting that. Not quite ready for it. So much will kill here. Honestly, just a nair will probably kill here if he hits the strong hit of it. With the pill, that'll take it. That
there
will
we
definitely
go.
take it. The pill
Yep.
with the tech setup on the platform, that'll take the stock. The debut, I believe, of Gold Shroom's Dr. Mario in conference is going to take it and end up winning the entire game for Valpo, going 2-0 over Indiana Tech.
Yeah, I mean, great performance. Not much you can really
Absolutely, yeah.
talk about. Nothing they really need to look forward to. Obviously, we knew coming into this Indiana Tech, one of the weaker schools in the GLEC for Smash. But I mean, we did our job. We didn't
Yep.
play to their level. No one
But
really stooped down. I got
another thing
some.
to look forward to here is tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to remind you guys tomorrow at starting at 6, we'll be having Overwatch playing. It will start out with Academy at 6,
Yep.
and then afterwards it will be going into Varsity pretty much right afterwards. We'll be getting into Varsity Overwatch as well. So you'll have an Overwatch double header on your hands tomorrow. So make sure to tune in for that if you want to see some Overwatch gameplay on Valpo's side.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be here. Taeyon will be here. So he'll be playing.
Yeah,
You won't get any more of
I'll
him
also be here, but I'll be in the
out
chair.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be in the chair. You'll see me on the other end of the stream being spectated and commentated. So
Yep.
make sure to tune in for that tomorrow. And thank you guys for watching today. It was an enjoyable time. Had a great performance.
Hmm.
And moving on with another win under our belt in the GLEC season.
Yep. Looking to qualify for the LAN as it comes down to it. So definitely
That's the
tune
hope.
back in for their last game of the season. They've got one more GLEC game. But that's going to be it for us here in the booth. We're going to sign off. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Time.
Yep. Thanks for watching. See you then.